你好，欢迎来到信心折纸趣味中文时间。Hi everyone, welcome back to Face Folding Fun Chinese Time. Okay, so we will have a quick review of what we have covered about God's attributes. We talked about God is a person, 神的人性，人。Okay. Also, God is light, 神是光，光。神是光，神是很美。God is very beautiful, and His beauty is shown in His creation. Okay, and in this lesson, we have talked about 神是好牧人，好牧人，好牧人。Okay, so we have learned the greeting word 你好, 好. And we also learned the word 人 means a person. And here's a new word 牧, 牧. And this word has two parts, as some of you asked in class. So for Chinese, some of the words, they have two parts from left to the right. And some words can have two parts from top to bottom. So this word, if you look at the screen, and we have the left is an animal, and on the right side, it means somebody is holding a stick or whip. Okay, I am giving you some hints. Can you think about God's attribute? And 神是好牧人, a good person who is taking care of some animals, maybe even with a stick or whip, and he loves his animals. Okay, make sure that they are safe. If they don't listen, maybe he will discipline because he loves them. Okay, I think you got it. 好牧人, it means he is a good shepherd, a good shepherd. So we talked about day 1, God made the light, 神说要有光就有光. And day 2, R, okay, separate the water. And we had the word 天, 天 means something bigger, something even bigger than big. So we have one line on top of da, that's 天. Okay, and we have the third day. So the water comes together. We have seas and land. And God gave names to different things here. We have day and night. We have the seas and land. So we have the word 山, 山, 山. Okay, so if you look at this word and try to picture 山, and that's very much like a picture. Okay, so now I will give you a word with something you have learned. 大山, 大山, 大山. So that's big mountains. Yes. So in our class, we also learned the opposite for 大. That's 小, 小, 小. Look at this word. Try to think about you are so tight right here. Okay. So that's 小 means small. So we also have 小山, 小山. Okay. So we have a new word, 深, 深, 深. It means life. Okay, as we have discovered, 深, like other words, they have developed over the years. So if you look at the Asian Chinese. Some of them were carved on the shell of the turtles. And we can find something like this. Okay, it looks like grass. So they use this symbol for grass. And as life is coming on the earth, people started drawing like the plant. There's a line on like the land coming out. And eventually we have the word shen, shen, shen. Okay, so there's life on the earth, and God is a good shepherd, 好牧人. He's getting this earth ready for us. He has human beings, us, you and me, in his mind. When he made the whole world, we have food to eat. The animals have food to eat. So we have 生命. Have another word, 土 土 土. It means dirt or earth or soil. As you look at this word, it looks like there's a cross on top of the land. Okay, so it gives me a picture of the worship from the land, and there's a cross on the land. So you think about the mountains are rising and the land is showing up to give worship to the Creator. So that's 土. The word for cross is also the word for the number 10. 10. 10. 10. So if you say all the numbers together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the last one is 10. Okay, so we have 木 木 木. It means wood. The interesting thing about the word 木 is that you can see cross, 十, and 人 means a person together in this word. Okay, so we have 木. When I look at the word 木, it helps me to think about Jesus as a person on the cross, died for us. And that is very beautiful. 很美. As we talked about, Jesus is a good shepherd. 神是好牧人. 神是好牧人. And he takes care of us. He takes care of people all around the world. As we're studying Chinese, we looked at the map. We also see the two major rivers in China. And one is Yellow River on the top. And the other one is Yangtze River. We also call that Long River. And where I grew up is closer to the East Coast and also close to the Yangtze River. From John chapter 10, verse 10, the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. So think about Jesus, and God takes care of us and takes care of Chinese people. Okay, so in our folding part today, we did the tower or pagoda. Okay, and this tower, as you see, is something to remind us that it's all for God's glory. If you look at the word 塔, ta, ta. It means pagoda or tower in Chinese. Okay, so this word is quite interesting. If you take it apart, I know we are in Genesis 1, but the story is based on Genesis 11. And I'm getting ahead of myself here a little bit, but just I would tear it apart. And you can look at the story from Genesis 11. There are some parts you have already learned. It's 人 and 一 and 口 together. So it means united, and 口 means mouth. All people will have one mouth, one tongue, one language is united. And that's one part. And you will see on the left part is the word 土. We just learned this today. 土. 土. It means dirt. And on top of 和, which we just now mentioned, united, we have the grass, and we have a lot of grass for brick making, the brick making materials. Instead of stones, they use bricks to make this big tower. So they have one tongue, one language, and they're united to build this tower. Unfortunately, it's not for God's glory. I will let you can go ahead and read Genesis 11 and try to think about whether there's some connections to help you remember God's story. So you need a piece of square paper, 正方形, okay, and turn it into 三角形. When you unfold, you see a cross, 十, okay, 十. And this is the important part. You will now turn into a rectangle, 长方形. 长方形. On the opposite side. So if this paper will show you it's a different color. On the opposite side, this is a very helpful base as you make other birds or frogs, and you create your own. Like in class, one of you made a frog. That's wonderful, because if you get this base, like the foundation we talked about, you get to make other things as God formed the land and he will fill the land. Okay, so now you have this base. You can turn this into like a little mountain, 小山, 小山. You can see the crease here. It's really helpful. Okay, but this is a very helpful base, and some people call it water bomb base. And you turn this side here, 小三角形. And you flip to the other side, and you do the same thing. So now it looks like a square. And then here, you will try to open this triangle and push it down and turn into a smaller square, 小正方形. So that's 一个正方形, 一个正方形. Turn to the other side. 三个正方形. 四个正方形. Now you open this up. You see a different color? And you repeat with the other three squares. To the other side. Okay. And now you open the side. So that's 1, 一 now we have our last two steps, one on each side. And turn to the other side. Here you go. You have your pagoda. So this is something to help you remember as you are studying Chinese. Like every new skill, it's layer upon layer. You will go one level and then you go to the next level. It takes time and takes patience and efforts. So it's up to you how much you practice and how much you will reap the benefits. Okay, and if you make more pagodas, you can easily stack them up and to make them higher for God's glory. As we're talking about pagodas, it's a very typical style for Asian buildings. And in our class, I showed you a decoration I got. And if you look at it closely, there's a little pagoda there. Thank you for joining me for the practice time. So in this lesson, we talked about a phrase when you ask about others' interests. We have a question. 你喜欢学中文吗？你喜欢学中文吗？ Here's a phrase 喜欢喜欢喜欢喜欢 It means like. Okay. 中文中文 means Chinese. So when you ask somebody, do they like something? You can answer if you like it. You can say 我喜欢我喜欢 If you don't like it, there's a word for no. It's 不不 So if you don't like it, you can say 我不喜欢我不喜欢 Okay, so we know God made all kinds of plants and food for us. And I have some cards here. I know you don't know the words, don't worry. And you will get there if you keep practicing. And as we said, words are powerful. God gave words to the day, night, seas, and land. So we can have more words to help us communicate. Okay. 你喜欢香蕉吗？你喜欢香蕉吗？我喜欢，你呢？你喜欢葡萄吗？你喜欢葡萄吗？我很喜欢，你呢？你喜欢梨吗？你喜欢梨吗？我喜欢，我喜欢梨。你喜欢苹果吗？你喜欢苹果吗？我很喜欢苹果。你喜欢南瓜吗？你喜欢南瓜吗？我喜欢南瓜。你呢？你喜欢甜椒吗？你喜欢甜椒吗？我喜欢甜椒。Pretty much, I liked everything. Okay, so everything God has created, it's food and it's great. I like it. But there's something here. I don't like it if it's just I eat it plainly, straight. But some people in the northern part in China, they actually like it raw. I like it if I can use it as ingredient to cook like a stir fry. So this is 大蒜,大蒜,大蒜. You know the word 大, okay? 你喜欢大蒜吗？你喜欢大蒜吗？我不喜欢大蒜。我喜欢大蒜在菜里面。We also learned a word 山 in our lesson. So I have a rhyme here. 一、二、三，爬上山。Okay, 爬 means climbing. 爬 and you know 上 okay 上山一二三爬上山一二三爬下山下 Good practice. Okay, so I would say a phrase. Can you act it out? 爬上山 It's going up. 爬下山 Going down. Good job. Another new word, 十 10. It means 10. Now I want to think about a number. 11 is 10 plus 1. What is it? 11. If you got 11, you were correct. Let's try another one. 12. 12. If you guessed 12, you were right. One more. 20. 20. That means 2 tens. So it's actually pretty easy to count in Chinese. It's pretty regular. So 20, if you guessed 20, you were correct. That's it for now. 再见，谢谢。还有谁喜欢胡萝卜？
我喜欢胡萝卜。